All right, day 15, and this is kind of moving day part one at least. The big move is scheduled for Monday, and so we got a lot to do today to move the live listed inventory. But I wanted to start off by just kind of giving you a little bit of the picture of where I've been for almost the last 6 years. I've been in a little industrial park, or I guess you'd say a business park, back here in the little town of Indian Trail. And it's been a great spot for me. However, one of the downsides is being surrounded by car repair guys. And you might have seen ads and stuff that talk about, oh, we have a place for lease, and it always have a disclaimer that says like no auto repair shops. Well, this is why they say that, because when you have an auto repair shop, I don't really understand why this happens. Maybe I do, I don't know. But what happens is you end up having a shit ton of broken down cars that just take up all the space. And it's like, yeah, this is really kind of aggravating and annoying. So my landlord, the guy who built the building and who eventually sold the building, one of the last things he did was he graveled this lot, and then he decided to rent the lot out to one of the car guys. That's my building right there. That's the door, and obviously you recognize from the earliest videos the citywide moving truck. But this is what I have had right outside my door for the last couple years, actually. Just a bunch of wrecked, shitty cars that I guess some of them get repaired. I don't really know. Every once in a while, these get swapped out and turned around. Man. And really, it's not about the aesthetic for me, because we're on the inside of that building doing our job, shipping out orders, you know, unpacking collections that I buy and sorting out stuff, and you know, that's kind of what we do. But sometimes it just gets old having all this crap sitting out here, and then, you know, little things like there's just really no respect. I'll give you an example. In the lease that the landlord, the new landlord, who I've never met, shared with me, it says that the person, this car guy, he has this part here, and he's supposed to give me access to my door, which he's respectfully done. But what he doesn't have is he doesn't own all this territory. These are literally supposed to be parking spots for this warehouse, and instead he's turned it into his fucking car lot. And it's been this way forever. And there's like where are my employees supposed to park? I mean, that's what we've been dealing with for a long time now. One day my employee parked over here, and the son of a bitch blocked her in, just out of spite. And I had to go and talk to him and call the landlord and have a big ruckus. So eventually you just kind of get tired of dealing with people like that. On the end, there's a BMW repair shop. There's another body place down there. And, you know, so if we just walk down here, you'll be like, son of a bitch, that's a lot of cars, Jason. And I'm like, yeah, like, look, they just parked the cars sideways. They're like, hell, look at that, 3 deep. There's cars 3 deep there. This car, I don't know who owns that, but I guess it's for sale. Again, just, you know, making up spots. So there's just cars everywhere, everywhere. And, you know, one of the things, if if you look at there's a online, the building, the spot next to me opened up. The guys moved out about, gosh, maybe that's been about 6 months ago. The unit next to me has opened up. To my knowledge, there's only been one person who's actually gone in and looked at that unit, even though it's been listed for lease. And I can tell you why, because if you go online and you look at the leasing agent's pictures, he flew a drone up. And what do you know? If you fly a drone up above this building, guess what you're going to see? You guessed it, a bunch of shitty wrecked cars. It's like the most unappealing place you'd ever want to move into. And so I have just dealt with it and been nice. Some of these guys, I've got them to repair my car, because why not? But, you know, it's just one of those things. I will not miss this. It's, you know, there's no tears shed when I move to my new place, because I just won't miss this, you know. It's not like they've been loud. It's not like there's been break-ins or any other things like that. It's just, you know, when I say that I will not, you know, that hum of the highway outside my new building, that just that won't bother me at all. What bothers me is my employees not being able to find a parking spot, or days where you come in here and they have like deliveries, because obviously the car places have to get parts delivered, so there's always like trucks trying to back in here and things like that. So man, it's just, you know, it is what it is, and I no longer have to deal with it. So day 15, I want to take you inside and show you what we're up against. I'm still just a few minutes ahead of my employees, who are all meeting here at 9 o'clock. And so I beat them to the punch and got here before them. Not by much though. So let me take you inside, kind of show you where we are with everything. We've got boxes piled up, and of course everything has a tag on it. The colors tell the movers which room to put it in. And so one thing I've got to do is go back through and make sure that I have everything properly tagged. This stuff in the hallways wrapped up. You can see again, you know, yellow tags, yellow tags. Then over here, if I turn the light on, that always would help if you're filming a video. Red, all this is red, got a little blue. And then if we go into the back, which again, got to turn the light on if I want you guys to be able to see. This is what we're moving today. So yesterday came and started taking some of the lumber over to the new building so that I could use it. Started stacking up my pieces here that we can use. This is, again, that's an 8-foot long piece. That's an 8-foot long piece, so that'll fit into the system that I use with the ladders. So today, me and the employees are going to take all of these blue boxes. We're gonna roll them in shrink wrap. Thank you, American Bubble Boy. I don't know if Consignment Chat still has a coupon or not, but we will put it in the description below. But I got a whole case of American Bubble Boy shrink wrap that we have been using, and man, we've gone through, I think I ordered 36 rolls, and we've gone through about, looks like 3/4 of that. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to take all these boxes down, try to keep them in order. There's 6 boxes to a row, so we're going to try to stack them up and shrink wrap them so they stay in order, so when we get to the new place we can put them up. And this is what I showed in day 13. That new shelving unit that I built is essentially, it's 4 sections, so you know, it's front and back, which you saw. So that one shelving unit would take everything from here, 2, 3, 4. So this whole part right here could fit in that shelving unit that I built. So I really need to build, I really need to build about 4 of those in order to get all this stuff in there. Obviously it's 9 o'clock. Employees are going to show up in a minute, and I don't have those built. So one of 2 things is going to happen. Either I'm going to kind of coach them up and kind of get them started on this. That's actually what one of my employees, Shannon, suggested I do. And then I go back to the warehouse, the new building, and start building the shelving. Or I stay here and we just all stay together. But if that happens, when we get all these blue boxes to the new building, we won't have anywhere to put them. We'll just leave them shrink wrapped. But again, I put the time away set for Friday as well, and so we don't have to ship anything till Monday. So that does give me the weekend. Of course, as I'm recording this in real time, there is a huge ice and snowstorm headed this way. Although, knock on wood, the forecast seems to be less and less dire as it gets closer. So let's hope that that actually happens. The goal for me then on day 16 would be to come back here. I'm sorry, today is Thursday in real time. I'm losing track of time, guys. It's hard to say. It's like I'm recording these in the future, and I can't keep track of what day it is. But what I will do on day 16 is come over here and try to take apart all the shelving, including this stuff I have up high. Because again, the goal is not to pay the movers. Every hour that they're here, it's like hundreds of dollars, and so I don't want to pay them any more than I have to. And so they only work by the hour. So if we can get it done, you know, in 6 or 8 hours, then there's a price. Boom, it's done, and you know, we're good. Today we're also going to take things from the office here. So this is kind of our shipping office where we have been doing most of the work. Turn this guy on. And so these computer stations are going to go today. Probably this is inventory we've been working on. Shipping supplies, we kind of made a little pile over here, a little sign here. Do not pack. This shelving unit will travel with the live inventory. So all this is going to come when we move today as well. So I've got, I think myself plus 4 other people are going to be doing this today, and that should be a plenty. I mean, I don't think it's going to take us more than about 2 or 3 or 4 hours. You know, of course, that's what I think. Might be ambitious, but luckily one of my employees has a trailer that she can pull behind her minivan, and so that's what the plan is to use that trailer primarily, and then use our personal vehicles as kind of overflow. So I didn't have to run a truck or anything like that. So, all right, day 15 has begun. I'll just get ready for the employees to show up, and we will rock and roll. All right, this is what it looks like when you have your entire inventory shrink wrapped and delivered. This is about maybe, I don't know, 20%, because we already took in half of them, but what everyone did was they shrink wrapped them and put numbers on them so we can try to keep them in order. So the numbers indicate where they were in our existing shelves. And we think we have about 1/3 of the inventory here. So that means more work. But first we're gonna have some Chick-fil-A. All right, this is the wrap on day 15. You can see over here, we've got the electricians that put up some outlets. Plumbers have run some plumbing, so we're gonna have a refrigerator here that'll give us the ability to have you know, water that's filtered, ice, have our lunch stuff. We're gonna have a microwave up here, countertop, sink, and so this will kind of be like our little break room area. There's a restroom there that's boys and girls. Painters still working in this room. They made a lot of progress in the back. They're wrapping up right now, so we'll leave them alone. You can see they knocked this wall out. He just rolled some fresh paint on there. This is really the big accomplishment of day 15. We built 3 of the shelving units, which thanks to my employee Lori, who is very, very handy. She ran back to her house to get some tools. She had a little chop saw and all kinds of stuff, and she's very handy. And we were able to figure out a way to make these much, much faster than what I had originally done. She recommended we use something called a jig, which is like a board that helped measure everything out. And so we were able to do that. And so we built these guys, we pulled everything up, and you can see here in a second, we've got some of our inventory over here. Now, we didn't get everything over. We got about maybe 1/3 of our blue boxes came over today. And so those are here. The plan is tomorrow to really double down on that and try to get everything else over here. Lori and I are gonna continue to work, and we're gonna add 4 more. We're gonna double the size of this and add 4 more of these shelving units, although this time they'll be 8-foot long shelving units because we have used up our supply of all of the 9-foot long shelving pieces, and that's fine. So I think the way it's gonna work on the floor here is we're gonna have 2 units here, and then an idea that kind of popped into the conversation today was to leave maybe about a 2-foot gap in here so someone could just easily cut across to get to whichever way they were going. So I think that will be what we end up doing. So we'll have 2 more units here, 2 more there. That leaves this whole area really unfinished. And I think what'll happen here is all of the ladders and lumber from the building where that's there now, when that comes over here, that's what'll kind of end up going in this part. We've got all of this built for tomorrow. This is ready to go. Got these pieces here ready to go, these pieces here, and then there's our shelves again from the Lowe's misadventure, where the boards got cut a little wrong. So we'll use those as well. All of that will get used up tomorrow. Every bit of it will end up on these shelves. So yeah, the electricians are basically done. They only have 2 more things to come back, and they're waiting on some parts, so they're probably going to come back mid next week and wrap up. The plumber will be a little bit more before he can finish up, because I've got to get the countertops in, a few of those things. So man, we had quite a crew. All 4 of the employees that helped me in the business were helping get stuff over here today, and I already mentioned Lori by name, helping me design and build these shelves. Tomorrow we're hoping to draft a couple of teenage children. Just so happens that our local school district tomorrow is a teacher work day on a Friday, you know, in January, okay? And so we're going to try to grab those kids and get them to come. My son Patrick doesn't know that yet, but I'm going to go home and kind of tell him that's what he's doing tomorrow. he is going to whine and bitch and complain, but maybe not. Maybe he'll kind of get it that Dad absolutely needs his help, because we have an approaching ice storm that's going to be pretty nasty. A lot of the country is dealing with it as I'm recording this day 15 video. So everybody's kind of getting ready for that and doesn't quite know how bad it's going to be. So we absolutely have one last day of good weather to get everything out of that warehouse we can before the movers show up to, knock it all out, which will be Monday. So anyways, that's day 15. Remember, there's a playlist where you can click and watch all of the videos in this series on buying my reseller warehouse. Jason Spangler, I go by SanteeSwapper on eBay. Thanks for watching.